Hello and welcome to the Wardy IT Solutions Power BI feature update. This month we'll be looking at some of the ETL tools for data cleaning and take a closer look at some of the new features. Those include the custom shape maps just released and the analytics button. So let's get started. If you're using public data, your data source may look like this. Excel spreadsheets with a lot of explanatory notes at the top which aren't necessary, and row headers that you'll just want to remove. We're going to replicate this dashboard using the custom shape map icon and connecting to some public data sources from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. So let's go ahead and connect to some data. First thing we'll do is open up the Edit Queries section. Now you'll see that there's a lot of rows that we don't really need. So what we're going to do is perform a row filter. We'll scroll through and pick out the rows that we just don't want in our data set. Take out the explanatory notes and we can go ahead and rename some of these columns. I'm just going to copy this field here and go ahead and paste it as a column name. We'll go ahead and do that for the rest of the columns. Now we'll rename this column. So now we've got our data looking in much better shape. We can go ahead and change the data types. Just shift select and change the data type to a decimal number. These columns we can go ahead and change to a whole number. And we'll go ahead now and close and apply. That applies all the changes into the model. And we can see we've got our CED code, the electoral division name, and all of the values that we need. So let's go ahead and make our first viz. We'll select the shape map from the visualizations pane. We'll drag electoral divisions to location. Now we're going to add this custom shape file is a topo.json. Started out as a shape file, converted to a GeoJSON file, reduced to 1% in MapShaper. So now we've got all our electoral divisions. We'll go ahead and drag in persons to color saturation, and we've got our very own custom map showing the electoral divisions of Australia. Let's go ahead and make a card here with just a value. So this is showing the selected population. At this stage it's the whole country. We'll go ahead and drag in a clustered column chart. Drag in some values. This one will be the breakdown of numbers between males and females. We can just resize this. We'll go ahead and change the data colors. Let's keep adding some more detail here. Just resize these things. Give ourselves a bit more room. Let's select another clustered column. This time we'll show the split between people aged 0 to 17 and 18 and above. So we can do some formatting here. Okay, one last chart, this time a bar, horizontal bar graph, and we'll just put in a couple of measures here. This time we'll go median age of females and median age of males. Now we need to go ahead and change the aggregation on this to median. I'm just going to select the median aggregation, and we'll do some formatting, change the data colors. And there we go, very simple visualization, but using our custom shape map as the filter. So a bit more formatting here. So you can see as we select one particular area, everything else is cross-filtering. And either select highlight or filter. We're selecting filter now, so that's changing the viz completely every time we make a selection on the map. Just drag these. And there we have it. So we've just made some formatting changes, taken away the titles, so we've just got the legend. What we can do is just change the formatting of this number, make it into thousands with a comma. We'll go ahead and name this tab. And now it's time to connect to another data source. Another Excel file. As you can see, there's a lot of extraneous information that we want to cleanse. Go ahead and load that into the model and open up the Edit Queries Query Editor panel. This column is extraneous, we can remove that completely. Got a lot of columns that we can just go ahead and remove. Now we want to go ahead and split this column to remove the country from the code. Firstly, we'll take out some of the explanatory notes. So take out anything that's not related to a country. But before we split on a delimiter, we need to take out the space, otherwise we'll end up with splits in words that we don't want. So just going to go ahead and replace the space in the countries with an underscore. And now we can split that column on the first space, which will take out that code. So you can see we've got another extra column with the code and the state. We'll go ahead and split on the colon space. And now we've got a column with the country. What we'll do now is replace the blanks with a null. The reason we do that is so we can fill the nulls with the country. The second column we can remove completely, we're not going to use. And we've just left with the country, which we can rename. And the state, which we'll go ahead and rename as well. Now what we're going to do is unpivot all the other columns other than these two columns here, which will end up with an attribute and a value for every state of every country. Go ahead and apply that. Make another shape map. We'll pop in a value. And what we can do now is change the category to a geolocation. Change the country and the state. That way the map will render correctly. You can see the icon changes in the field section. So if we go to the format, under shape, we can see the standard maps which come ready-made. We've got Australia selected there, Australian states, and now we can go ahead and put some more information in. This one will be our attributes. You can see that household income, disposable income is significantly higher, so we'll just take that out. That way the values are spread across the axis. You can make a card with the disposable household income, change the filtering to just include what we want, do some formatting by taking off the category label, adding a title. Just move the boxes around and resize them. Another graph this time. And we'll just filter on Australian states. We can go ahead and add in our new feature, which is the Analytics tab. We're just adding in an average line, very simply, very quickly. So we'll go ahead and rename this tab, and we'll just duplicate this and very quickly show you how we can change the maps to United States. We'll need to change the filtering on one of the other graphs. So untick Australia, tick United States. So when we click on a state, we've got filtering, if we select filtering, and highlighting in the bottom graph. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another update next month. If your organization is interested in a Power BI Quick Start engagement, click on the Contact Partner button as shown on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.